It started off as magazines, videos I ran across my parents' stash. It grew more and more as the internet came around, and it started getting into more of the hardcore stuff. Disgusting, just sickening. Started looking at some pretty weird stuff, and I was very, very ashamed to admit it.
But admit it or not, Brian McGuinness had a problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I found myself going online at work a lot. I caught myself one day getting in at work at 7:30 and basically looking up and realizing everybody was leaving, and I had been looking at porn pretty much all day. So it really had grasped my life, and it was a very difficult situation when I finally realized what was going on.
Brian was one of an estimated 200,000 Americans who are not just casual users, there are 25 million of them, or regular users, 5 million. Brian says he was part of that 200,000 who are clinically addicted.
It really affected my marriage when I did finally tell her that it was, yeah, shocked, hurt, disappointed.
She didn't know you had a problem.
She knew I looked at it once in a while. I mean, she knew I had, you know, some videotapes and magazines and stuff at home. Her thought was, well, this is what guys do.
Like every day, about 30 to 40 million people log on to pornographic websites.
This is where Brian finally got help at an event called Porn and Pancakes, run by Pastor Craig Gross.
I mean, it's our culture today that we're bombarded with this stuff, so might as well talk about it.
Which is exactly what they do at events like this recent breakfast in Fort Wayne. The guest speaker on this day, Donnie Pauling, who we introduced you to at 6, a former porn producer who now makes this his mission in life.
There's sometimes when I just, break down in tears because it's overwhelming, some of the stories that you hear from people.
And as Donnie and Craig share their stories on stage, Brian sits in the back and listens. At the same time, he can't help but remember how one of these events inspired him to go home and burn his entire porn collection 6 months ago.
So here's a guy that took that word seriously to go, okay, I'm going to physically remove this stuff from my house.
You know, so many churches are afraid to talk about this issue, and it is such a huge issue in our nation and in this world. It's no longer the dirty little secret that I've been hiding all my life. It's out there for everybody to see.
It really is quite a message, and believe it or not, the pastor who puts these programs together is actually going to be bringing a well-known porn star to Indianapolis to debate him one-on-one about pornography. You can read more about it on this group's website, and to find out more about their sometimes controversial ministry, you can get a link to this page off of our website, theindychannel.com. Just click Seen on 6 News on the left side of the page, and that'll take you to this here. You can click to get more information. On the Nightcast, I'm Call 6 investigator Dan Spieler. 6 News.